Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're cutting through all the noise and optimizing a process that even fitness veterans tend to overcomplicate. We're talking about a true 90-day physical recomp. We're going to completely demystify the 90-day blueprint for total body transformation.
So, what if you could completely overhaul your physique in just 90 days? I know. The fitness industry loves to sell us this myth that real transformation takes years and years of endless grinding. But honestly, the data tells a totally different story. With dialed-in training, precise nutrition, and just ruthless consistency, 12 weeks is literally enough time to create a massive structural difference in your strength, your muscle mass, and your overall appearance.
Okay, let's dive into this. Our roadmap for the next 3 months covers 5 key stops: the 90-day reality check, Phase 1, the foundation, Phase 2, progression and nutrition, Phase 3, the final push, and finally, the biggest mistakes to avoid.
All right, let's start with Section 1, the 90-day reality check, setting those expectations.
Look, before we even touch on macros or complicated training splits, let's just get real for a second. Transformation isn't about finding a magic routine or some secret biohack. It's simply about following the right process every single day. Consistency is your true reality check here. You don't need a miracle, you just need to commit to the daily execution.
And here's how that actually maps out biologically. It's a crawl, walk, run trajectory. The first 30 days lock in your foundation. By day 60, we force progression. And the final 30 days, that's your final transformation. Breaking it down like this entirely blocks the overwhelm and turns what feels like a massive goal into a clinical, totally achievable strategy.
Which brings us to Phase 1, the foundation, your first 30 days.
We all know that guy, right? The one who tries to go from couch potato to Olympian on literally day 1. He completely overhauls his diet, lives at the gym, and spoiler alert, burns out completely by week 3. Forget the extreme workouts and impossible diets. Your goal right now is consistency and building basic habits. Starting small isn't weak. It's biologically optimal.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how stripped down the training is. We're talking just the absolute essentials, 4 to 5 days a week, focusing purely on heavy compound movements: squats, push-ups, pull-ups, rows, presses, and deadlifts. You're building neuromuscular adaptation and priming your central nervous system for the heavier work that's coming later.
Okay, hear me out on this one. The goal right now is not to destroy yourself in the gym. Actually, scratch that. You really want to avoid wrecking your central nervous system right out of the gate. Your body needs time to adapt, so your only real objective for this first month is to become someone who simply never misses a session. Just leave the ego at the door.
Moving right along to month 2, Phase 2, progression and nutrition. Now the energy picks up a bit. Your body has adapted. And this brilliantly illustrates our next crucial concept: progressive overload. You are systematically increasing the weight, the repetitions, or the intensity of your workouts over time. Remember, muscle only grows when it's forced to adapt to a stimulus it hasn't handled before. But as they say, you cannot out-train a bad diet. Nutrition completely dictates your physical architecture. You absolutely must hit your daily protein targets to synthesize new muscle tissue. You want to prioritize high bioavailability, whole food sources: eggs, chicken, fish, meat, dairy, and beans. Give your body the actual building blocks it needs to repair itself.
So the crucial point is this: your total calories dictate the entire direction of your transformation. Want to shed fat? You must be in a sustained calorie deficit. Want to pack on dense muscle mass? You need a slight caloric surplus. You have to pick your path, because your kitchen habits will 100% dictate what happens when you look in the mirror.
And that brings us to Phase 3, the final push, the last 30 days.
This is it. This is where average effort separates from amazing visual results. Your focus shifts to ruthlessly perfecting the routine. Dial up that workout intensity, aggressively protect your sleep, and stay totally locked in on nutrition. A lot of people fail here because they think the results have stalled, but it's exactly these micro adjustments that yield the most dramatic changes in your physique.
Let's move to Section 5, the biggest mistakes to avoid, and see how this builds into protecting all that progress you've worked so hard for.
There are 3 major self-sabotaging traps you absolutely have to dodge. 1. Program hopping. Constantly changing your routine just kills your body's progression time. 2. Obsessing over the scale. And 3. Ignoring your recovery. Let's look a little closer at those last 2 because they are huge.
Let me be blunt, this scale is a liar. It only measures gravity. It doesn't measure body composition.
You can simultaneously scorch body fat and add dense muscle, completely changing how you look without that scale budging a single pound. Trust the mirror and how your clothes fit, not the piece of plastic sitting on your bathroom floor.
And here is your final warning. Muscles do not grow in the gym, they grow when you recover. Tearing those muscle fibers down means absolutely nothing if you don't sleep enough to build them back up. If you skimp on sleep and recovery, you are actively sabotaging your own transformation.
90 days. Literally, that is all it takes. You don't need top-tier genetics, and you don't need perfect conditions. You just need the triad we've laid out here. A clear plan, patience, and the daily, relentless discipline to just execute.
I want to leave you with this powerful thought. Your body transformation is not built from one perfect day. It is built from hundreds of small decisions repeated every day. The person you meet in the mirror 90 days from now is entirely dependent on what you choose to do next. So what's the very first excuse you're going to drop today to ensure those 90 days don't go to waste?